Antonio Pierce wants accountability from his players. That should apply to himself too. Life as an NFL head coach is easier when you're winning, especially in the rare case you're doing so with no expectations. Antonio Pierce made an impression last season, taking over for Josh McDaniels, who was fired mid-season during his second disastrous stint as an NFL head coach. Pierce connected with the Las Vegas Raiders players and fanbase by saying the right things, injecting some bravado and winning some games. He went from an interim to rightfully getting a shot to see what he could do with the full-time job. Raiders owner Mark Davis hired him as his permanent head coach in January. Pierce's first full season as a head coach is only 3 games old, but there have already been some questionable moments. Pierce wouldn't endorse quarterback Gardner Minshew II as his starter after a horrid loss to the Carolina Panthers in Week 3. He questioned the players' effort after the loss. His comment that some players made business decisions got traction in a hurry. During a fired-up news conference after the loss that was heavy on the theme that the Raiders got their behinds kicked, Pierce seemed to be at a loss for why some of the things that worked last season aren't working again. Same group, for the most part, all came back, Pierce said. Same technique, same coaches. It's not a different scheme. We're going to have to coach it better, be some hard asses on the guys, and guys have to take to rough coaching because we didn't see that coming on either side of the ball. Quote. There's still a lot of talk. Now it has to be followed up by substance. Antonio Pierce having a rougher time in year 2. The Minshew part of Pierce's week seemed to be a sign of an inexperienced coach. Minshew played pretty well in a Week 2 comeback win over the Baltimore Ravens, a stunning victory that kept the Raiders from an 0-3 start. Minshew wasn't good in Week 3, but nobody on the Raiders was, including the coaches. Though there was much more talk from Pierce about the effort of the defense than there was about getting outcoached by Dave Canales and his Panthers staff. Minshew got replaced by Aiden O'Connell late in the game, and then Pierce didn't say Minshew was still his starter when asked on Monday. I think we've got to get with the players and just evaluate everything from yesterday first, Pierce said. On Tuesday, reports said the Raiders were sticking with Minshew. An ESPN.com report quoted a source saying, "Nothing was ever pondered regarding a quarterback switch." Basically, Pierce left his quarterback hanging out to dry for nothing. Even if Minshew barely won the quarterback competition in preseason, treating him like that after a loss that was far from his fault isn't a great look. And then there was the business decisions line that caught fire.